So, you want to learn how to scream like them? Well, you're at the right place, since I can do it and I can explain it, so make sure you watch till the end. If you're already starting your learning process, you probably joined a few Reddit, Facebook, or Discord groups. You probably heard the term false chord screaming and fry screaming. You're maybe trying to figure out which technique you should learn. And since you clicked on this video, you're probably clicking on every video just to unlock your screams. Do yourself a favor and stop. You're most likely doing some random exercises like the dog bark, ruff, or the big sigh. And maybe you're trying to lean in the screams by imitation, but these sounds are way too complex for you to just imitate. There's a lot of stuff going on in your throat just to do it. If you're learning by imitation, yes, you might learn how to do some sick sounds in the long run. However, the path you're taking is a long one, a dangerous one, because it's trial and error, and without a teacher, any slight error might cause permanent vocal damage. So let's start our actual vocal lesson. Let me ask you a simple question. Do you even know which part of the vocal anatomy creates the distortion you're aiming for? If you're trying to learn false chord screams, do you know which part creates the distortion? If you don't, that's a huge problem. In order to be a great metal vocalist, you need to be able to isolate the part that creates the distortion. So in the case of false chord screaming, it's that part right there. We call it the vestibular folds, also called the false chords. You need to learn how to make them vibrate consistently. If you don't know how to do that, how the hell are you gonna scream? You might learn it through trial and error, but like most people, you'll maybe give up because it will be too difficult. So when you isolate your false chords, it should sound something like this. We usually call this throat singing or cargira. So the dog bark exercise or the big lazy sigh are actually good paths to find them. Watch. So you should actually practice to make this sound a lot. Don't even think about screaming. Your body and your mind have to get used to this. It might be slightly uncomfortable at first, but it should never hurt. Once you've mastered that to the point that you can just do it out of pure intuition, you should try to talk using your false chords. Right now I'm talking using my false chords. I'm using my false chords. I know this might sound weird, but you need to get used to using your false chords. You can even try singing with them. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Once you're used to it, you can do this next step. I want you to find what we call the glottal stop by doing this. Huh, huh, huh. When you do the huh, you constrict the airflow. For screaming, we want a little bit of this, just a little. If you constrict the airflow too much and you try pushing the air, well, you will just hurt yourself. We want a little bit of compression, a little bit of constriction. So we want to combine the glottal stop and the false chord. So false chord buzz plus Listen what happens when I cut back on the constriction. Is the cargira I was talking about. Listen what it sounds like when I do the cargira and then I add constriction. That's literally it. It's only the combination of these two elements, but you need to learn them separately. You need to learn what part creates the distortion you want. Isolate it and then constrict. That's it for today. I'll cover more of this topic in the future. We'll talk about mouth shape, airflow, and vocal health. Please drop a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.